Let's go.
It's week 144 update. Pammy here, Mounjaro Journey with Pam, and 7.5 Mounjaro. Let's talk about it. Just a quick update. Welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. Hello, welcome to Pammy and Mounjaro Journey with Pam. I wanted to show you some before pictures, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to our program. So you see a variety of different sizes here, starting with 2010, and this was before my gastric bypass revision. And then in 2018, I had lost a little bit of weight. I was traveling for work. These are some faces during my weight loss, especially in the first year or two, actually the first 2 years. And then also a previous picture in 2018 with the graduation. And here I am now after losing 165 pounds. It took 2 years to get that weight off, but look at all the things I'm doing now. I'm living my life again. I'm moving. I'm enjoying my family and going to do fun things. This picture right here, it was after my gastric bypass 1 year after that, so that was a long time ago. And yeah, walking by the beach, here's some sunsets. I like to share those, and I love gardening and coffee. And here's the weigh-in update, 145.2 today and yesterday. If you recall, about 2 weeks ago, I was at around 150, and I do fluctuate between 145 to 150. We did experience some grief in the last 2 weeks, 2 family members, one really good family member friend. And yeah, so that's been eating a little bit less still. So 145.2 is where we landed. And here is my daily drink every morning. I start off with some greens, collagen, TrimFit, and a little bit of creatine, just 3 milligrams of creatine. So I mix that up. And then while I mix this drink, I take my supplements. I'm taking my multivitamin, omega-3, and some magnesium, calcium, and zinc. That's what I'm taking today. And then I do some vitamin B drops under my tongue, or you could say sublingually. And then while I make my drink, I go ahead and start my Profi. So I grind up my coffee beans. I love Joshua Tree coffee beans out of Joshua Tree, California in the desert. Very peaceful place. Oh, and then here's the TrimFit. One thing I like about the TrimFit, it does help curb a little bit more of the appetite, especially on those days when the GLP-1 is wearing off. And it has L-theanine, which is a mood booster. I do feel like I get a lot of energy and gets my day going whenever I make this drink, which is a daily thing for me. I've been doing this since May of 2025. And then over in the background, you see Control. That's a new product. And I put that in my water for the afternoon. And that also helps with like sugar cravings and food cravings for me. And helps give me a little boost. It doesn't have any caffeine in the afternoon one, so I'm not having to worry about staying up late. So here's my supplements. I got all of these from Trader Joe's. The vitamin B I got from Amazon. If you'd like me to leave a link in there, I do need to order some more. And then I need to also order some more supplements for my iron, which is the ferritin, which is your blood builder. Not the actual iron, but the blood builder. Yeah, that's to keep your red blood cells going. And we're going to go ahead and take Daisy. Miss Daisy's here this weekend. She's my granddaughter pup. And yes, we're having a family weekend. My grandson graduated on Thursday night. And we're going to have a dinner this evening with family and friends. And I was watching yesterday the YouTube and of the funeral ceremony mass of our dearest friend Sibby, and yeah, so that we're going through, and we have a upcoming cousins service as well. So here's Miss Daisy, and she's going out for her potty break, and we won't show that. And here's my grandson. Congratulations, Z. He made it through. And then I don't want to give him too much because I know that my family likes to stay more private on YouTube than I am. I spill all the beans. They like to be more private, so I'm giving them their space. But I do want to recognize that we are so proud of Zayden. He spent his whole high school battling cancer, and leukemia was diagnosed shortly after starting his freshman year. So high school was very, very different for him, and he is a strong fighter. I pray for him. He's going to do big things in life. So help, prayers to him and guiding in his future. He's still kind of undecided on what to do. So please send us his prayers for him to stay in remission and then to conquer cancer fully, and that God leads him into a career that is good for him. Alrighty, so we're making our coffee and boiling the water. I grind the beans, put it into my French press, and guess what? This is my third French press. I had to buy a new one. It tends to, after a while, crack over in the front lower section, and that's okay. It gets daily use. And then we're going to use the Oikos protein shake. I love the chocolate. I am a chocolate person, and I need to go to Costco and see if they are carrying the chocolate again, because they seem to be only carrying vanilla. And since I used to always drink mocha coffees, that's why I like to have the chocolate here. It's funny. My mom I remember back in the day before we had like fancy coffees, she would get the International Mocha Cafe. Do you guys remember that? The International coffees? She was also a Folgers and a Taster's Choice mom, and I love to just smell her coffee containers as we open them up for the first time. So I'm frothing up the protein, kind of like it's a substitute for creamer and whipped cream. And that really cuts down on the extra sugars, helps my blood glucose to not spike it and have a sugar crash, especially in the morning. We don't want that to happen, right? You want to keep yourself feeling good so you're not running out of energy. So I'm stirring this up. I like to let it brew for like 4 minutes, and then we'll press it down and pour it up. And my husband likes to go ahead and make me an egg, include some bacon, and then I will toast usually Sola bread or Dave's Killer bread, something whole grain, and take that to work and eat it around 10 to 10:30ish. And that gets me through. And then lunch is usually about 10 to 1:30ish. These are the coffee grounds. I fill up the bowl and then I put them out in the garden. My 144 week update.